Hi everybody, this video is going to be on how to make a simple app using Xcode. So this is very basic. We're going to start with opening the application and clicking on create a new Xcode project. So with this, it's going to be a single view application. And you don't really need to use these options because we're not going to be publishing this. So the product name is going to be video. Next. And then we're just going to create that. Okay, and then this is going to give me a bunch of options of the identity, the signing, the deployment info, but we're not going to be using any of this since this is just a test. So first thing I'm going to click on is right in the corner here. I'm going to be clicking on the main storyboard. So this is just going to bring me up to how this is going to look like on the app. So just the view of it as if we're on a phone. This app that we're going to be making is very simple. There's going to be a button down here, a text field, and a label. So basically you type in a name here and it's going to show up on the label by pressing the button. So we're using those three applications. A button, so you're going to go down and just into the right hand corner here. You're going to search that up and drag the button option there. Then you're going to have to search again and you're going to go for a text field. Just writing text and dragging that down there just so it's nice and aligned. And then the label. So with this, depending on how big the information might be that we're receiving in the text field, the label is going to be of a certain size. So I just want to expand this out here so that I'm not limited to what is being displayed here. And I don't really like it being on the side here, so I'm just going to change the alignment right in the corner here, make it into the middle. Okay, so very simple again, using the text field. You write a name in here, press the button, and it's going to say hi, the name. Now that we have the three components, we're going to go right into the corner here, right there, and press on the view controller. This is going to show all of the code. Because I want to see the function and the code at the same time, I'm going to go again right into the right hand corner and press the converter. I'm going to go back to the left side and press the main storyboard. So now I have these two elements right beside me. So this, as you can see, is being very condensed. So I'm going to go into the right hand corner, just right here. As you can see, there are a few options. I'm going to deselect the left hand side, so that's going to close down the menu. So now this can be free and it can be a little bit larger, and as well, using two fingers I can zoom in and zoom out. I'm just going to leave it at that size. Now there is a bunch of code here. You're not going to touch that, so you're just going to put that down there, and you're going to start with the class view controller. Okay, so first thing is that since you have all three components here, you have to connect it to the code, which means that you press Control and you hold down the mouse and you get this string and you insert that into the code. So the connection is an outlet. The name, I'm going to name it header. I want to make sure that the names are understandable, that they're not like very confusing, that I easily know what I'm talking about, so then it'll just make the code 100% easier. So again, I'm gonna select the text field, press Control, hold the mouse, and drag that over. So the name of this one is user input, which essentially means that whatever the user puts there is what I'm going to be using for the header. So connect. That's the name of that. And now for the button. So this one is a little bit different in the sense because this is not an outlet, so you have to make sure you change it. It's an action. Pushing a button is an action. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about the outlets and the differences. So the name of this, I'm just going to name it Press Me. The type, again, you have to make sure it's a UI button, and connect. So there we go. As you can see, this is an outlet, outlet, action. And as well, the button is a function because you're going to be saying that when the button is pressed, that you want something to happen here, right? So that's a function. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this down because whatever is going to be in here is going to apply to the press me function, right? So you have to make sure that the bracket goes down here so you have this space to work with. I'm going to start off by declaring a variable. This is going to be called text written. This essentially means that the text that is written in the text field is what's going to be used to be displayed in the header. So you just have to start off by declaring that. The nice thing about Xcode is that it'll tell you when something is missing and it'll catch you in your mistakes. So I'm going to say that this variable is equal to hi, because that is what I want to be displayed. Okay, then I'm going to say that text written, because that's the variable's name, text written is equal to hi, I'm going to put a space there, plus user input dot text. Okay, so for this one, I'm saying that this variable, the text written, hi plus user input, which is this text field. So it's saying that, for example, the name Will in here, Will, is going to be hi plus Will, and that is what's going to be displayed at the label here. So that is what I'm saying. I'm just saying that hi plus that is going to equal the header. Sometimes in Xcode they might want you to put an exclamation point there, so just go with it. Just don't even argue. It's not going to show up. It's not going to be different what's on the label here. It's just what they want sometimes. And now, the last thing is I have to say header dot text is equal to text written. So this means is that, as you know, the header is the label here. That's what I called it. Is equal to text written. So our variable text written is hi plus user input dot text. So it's hi plus the name is what the variable text written now means. And so I'm saying that what the label is equal to text written. So that should make sense. It just means that they are equal to each other. So then they work together. And as well, this is all in the function press me. So that's what the button is. So when the button is pressed and the name is already typed in here, it will show up hi, the name. So as you can see, pretty simple. We're going to press Command R and that's going to run it. So it's building the video, it's building the display, and there we go. So it opens up exactly how it would as an app. It loads, and now it's going to show how this will show in an app. So there's my label, there's the button, and there's the text field. So I'm going to say the name Kim. Press the button, and there we go. It says hi Kim. So as you can see, this is very simple. This is just to start off with, just so you can get an idea of how this works, of just a very, very simple app, just understanding what the functions and the variables do and the outlets. And from this, you can easily expand on it. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video.